Welcome, Real Talk Jamaica family. And to you, our new viewers, thank you for making it Real Talk Jamaica. I'm your lovely host, Quanna Harris. Listen, today's episode is certainly one to watch. So get your seat because your evening's delight will be right back.
Only I
can tell my story.
can tell my story.
Can tell my story.
Today, we have the pleasure of speaking with a true testament to faith, resilience, and music brilliance. Yes, from singing on Augustone sound system to become a prominent figure in the gospel music world. Please help me in welcoming rising gospel sensation, Jai Kingston.
Hi.
Hi. Welcome.
That's a wonderful introduction. Thank you.
Well, you're a rising star, sir.
As well. Thank
All
you.
right. So how you doing, Jai?
I'm blessed, highly favored, and I'm only magnet and so much more.
So much more to say. Yes,
Yeah,
sir.
yeah.
So we're going to dive right into it.
Yes, ma'am.
All right. So we're going to just chat up a star.
Oh, you mean?
All right. Let's see him so. Yes, so Jai, from Augustone sound system to becoming a renowned gospel artist.
Yeah. Wow. I mean, it has been a long process and a long road. As you know, I started singing at the age of 8 years old in the bathroom, and then my cousin heard me one morning outside bathroom. Big part of the people have the outside bathroom.
We still have one with the outside bathroom.
Yeah, man, that's something that still I go on and think so big part of the youth. I was in the bathroom, as I sing, and one of my cousins them pass and hear me and think and say, "Oh, you can sing," and tender age at 8 years old. So he introduced me to a sound system in the community of Augustone called Triple Star back then. It was like the sound system that the community uses for each and every party and like a bar gathering or whatever, 9 night or whatever. And Triple Star used to clash some people and things. So I was one of them local youth. I was do some dub plate, One of the first songs I would do was a song called Oh Donna back in the day. I had a girl and Donna was on there. See, and we do all of them stuff at a tender age, And so from then I knew I could sing. But then at 12 years old, I was walking past a street meeting, past a church in the community called Bamboo Church. And it was made out of bamboo back in the day, and then Burke came and blew it down, but we always called it Bamboo Church.
Right.
And so, I was just passing by the church. I think never built up them time, so it was, a tent, and so they were keeping an outside meeting and out here meeting, and a preacher was preaching, the white shoes preacher, evangelist, Errol Hall and things. So I was just passing by, minding my own business, but something got a hold of me, and I just went to the back of the gathering, and the taking while I go on and the message, and out of nowhere, and I just find myself at the altar without an altar call, gave my heart to the Lord, tears in my eyes as a youngster.
At age 12?
At age 12 years old. So, that could only be God, because I wasn't even thinking about that at my age, I was just thinking about enjoying life, and by them time, I stopped go Sunday school and things, so we are roll of the roots, and I go out about that thing at the age of 12 years old. So, I don't know. What
And God had his plan.
Yeah.
You have a plan now. But
God have the better plan, the greater plan.
That is correct. Your name, Jai, stands for Jesus.
Yeah, it's acronym for Jesus and I, or
Jesus and I. Okay.
Jehovah and I.
Okay.
Man.
How did this come about?
Okay.
Is your stage? This is your stage
This is my
name.
stage name, and it has been there so for quite some time without the Kingston on it. So I met a youngster back in the day called Ryan Berry, and we were in a group called Total Praise. Back
Right,
in the day,
yes, I was going to mention that.
Yeah.
But since you start, go
Yeah,
ahead.
man. We entered the Gospel Festival back in 2000 with a song called Turn Your Eyes on Jesus. And so, we came up in the top 10 and so on and so on. We did a video. So that was my first time experiencing recording, being in a recording studio, recording a song and so on. For years before that, we were always singing on the road, going about singing all of the Kirk Franklin hits them and the Friend of Man hits them. And, I never got fired yet from the day my band, but, you have to take on the character there where you chat to the people in the pot, in a twang and says, you all ain't ready for this, So, but I have to get used to, taking on a persona, doing somebody's song, creating a character, and trying to communicate the message the way the writer or whoever created that music. You know what I mean? So, yeah, from them time they was learning the craft and so on and so on. So this Gospel Festival in 2000 was the first time experiencing being in a recording studio, and so on. That was the first level, and we didn't score big in the finals and thing, but it was a wonderful experience. But soon after that, the group kind of started to disintegrate. People started to leave, go find, go pursue other stuff, and who they in school and so on and so on. And so I was there, left with a dream. Prior to that, as I said, way back in the, when I gave my heart to the Lord, 12 years old, by 13 I was actually praying to the Lord and asking the Lord, what will He have me do? And I got a vision that I was on stage in full suit of white and I had a mic in my hand and so on. And as far as my eyes could see, I saw people. And I said, okay, then my interpretation back then was like, I'm going to use my gift to honor the Lord. And I knew I could sing. So from them time that I always had the dream of just, using my gift to honor the Lord and, to sing for the Lord. And so, every opportunity I get, every door that opens, I always walk into it with an open mind and just throw and just grow and want for this, do what I'm called for do, follow the dream.
Right. So, not to cut you, but you did say that the group Total Praise, it separated. And then I saw C Sharp.
Well, not C Sharp yet. I met a young man named, C Sharp. See, so C Sharp, as you know, I don't know if you remember, some youngsters, you remember C Sharp? No, some youngsters from out of School of Music, the School of Music that came up and said they wanted to form a group, and I was probably one of the second lead singers for a short period of time, because we never spent much time because everybody who was musician and playing with different bands and so on and so on. So the dream never get time for materialize it onto, and so I was kind of left in the limbo. But then I met back a young man back in the group of Total Praise called Ryan Berry. He and I used to sing on the same group. And so he called me one day and said, I meet a producer and he wants to work with new talents. And I said, yeah. And I said, all right, cool, I'll jump at that, So I started, then we set up a meeting and we did a audition in his living room and done by Washington Garden, and he heard me for the first time. I'm sing Great Is Thy Faithfulness and thing him say. By the time we reach the chorus, him say, nah, man, everything good, man. All right, me have a song for teach you.
If they don't
talk, just give me a song. And the first song he gave me was a song called Can't Take My Lord, which became such a huge hit.
Can I tell you?
Yeah, My Lord and thing. And, he was a writer. He and his wife was a writer of that song. Margin Music, big up on himself. See, so from then, me and Ryan Berry was going to call ourselves a duet called Joe and Joe, like Casey and Jojo, kind of grew up and everything. Too. So we said Joe and Joe because of Joseph and Joshua. So maybe I call myself Joseph, I'm a future of Joshua Dixie. So yeah, that is how that segment of us started, where we call it, I would say the embryo or the little egg
starts
before we get to Catalyst, because the producer was a band member of the group, of the band called Catalyst, because it was a group of musicians before they were singers. And so, but the drummer was producing me. Then after a time, Ryan Berry said, boy, get an opportunity to work with some other person, so him never move and pursue that. So I said, all right, then me alone left. We gotta get to the name now. So I saw now the producer said to me, well, are you alone by yourself? So you call yourself? I said, well, I'm in Jesus apart, so I Jesus and I, See, and then we put the E on it, accent the I, for make it sound. Because I want to say Jai or, Jai or whatever. So we say Jai, because we can always turn the sound of the I into a little flare. So we said Jai. See, so I was always going by Jai for many years. I soon get to the point where I had to add Kingston to my name, because for years, I say, boy, my name Jai, and nobody couldn't find me. Because if you Google Jai as we stand here today, You gotta find a whole pa Chinese man, an Indian man, and all kind of man.
And not you.
And not me. So I said, oh, sir, but that was after me, step away from Catalyst and so on and so on and so on. We'll get to that time.
Right. Yes, Jai. Listen, guys, listen to me. So Jai Kingston, we're not reach half of the interview yet, where we're gonna get to the scope of this garment of praise that this young man wears. Jai, you have worked with incredible artists, DJ Nicholas. All of these persons you have collaborated with. How you see collaboration taking your ministry to the next level and things like that?
Yeah, well, collaborations at this point is going to be a necessary move, because if you want to expose yourself to different markets, you have to think about, persons overseas, different places, UK, Canada, wherever the places are, Trinidad and the Caribbean, some persons who are creating an impact there, you can collaborate with them. And right now, I'm in the process of collaborating with some persons in Trinidad. I went to Trinidad for the first time to do a big show, a show called Uncommon, which is this is the fourth staging by a virgin over there in Trinidad called Jaran Nurse. And he is such a big artist over there.
I love that
so
much. Yes,
yeah, man. I tell you, man, I tell you, his impact is awesome. You go over there and you see the levels, the love what the people show him. How many persons came out to that event is just ridiculous. You know what I mean? And not so much of people, but just the gospel fraternity there. I saw so many persons came out in support of his vision and his dream. You know what I mean? And so many of them, gave their, ones and twos on the stage and thing, and still did the support in the dream. And I'm like, wow, this is inspiring, And so definitely collaborations are a move to expose you into different markets and things. So not so much Jamaica, because if Jamaica, everybody know you, know what I mean? So you want to collab with some people outside of Jamaica. You can collab with Jamaica, but you have to, if you want to get to a next level, you have to expose yourself to different markets. So that's how me say collaborations making sense at this point.
Wonderful, wonderful.
Yeah.
So, Mr. Jai Kingston, when you perform, this is a question coming from the heart. When you perform, it's like a different energy that is set in the atmosphere. Look here, so when you take the mic, it's like a different thing. Do you think that this is your anointing to just be a worshiper?
Yeah. And I tell you how I got to that. It was when I just got married, and probably about a year in the marriage. I mean, nothing now going on. Everything is like the world dry up. But now I call it for the show. Nothing now going on. Somebody did bam bam bam. The Lord will have me wake up or somebody 3-4 o'clock come on, and I'm in the bathroom, I pray and I seek the Lord and read the Bible and just having my personal time with the Lord and thing. And I just hear out of nowhere in my quiet, because after you pray, you have to stay quiet for a minute. If you pray to the Lord for answers, you have to get ready to listen to the Lord. I say.
Right.
And so in my time spending trying to listen and just quiet my mind and so on, I hear the voice of the Lord said to me, I never called you to be an artist. You can imagine.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember, I said, I mean, never called to be an artist. This has always been my journey, musically.
Right.
And I hear it playing. I never called it to be an artist. I called it to be a worshiper. And so my paradigm shift, my mind shift, my mind was totally renewed. And as soon as I started to, pursue that, the doors started to open. Like, not just doors in Jamaica, but doors overseas for us come and lead the people in our worship. For 4 years, I was back and forth from Jamaica to the Virgin Islands in a nice little church, you know what I mean? And so actually it's like I was back and forth 4 years, 1 month in Jamaica, 1 month over there, 1 month in Jamaica. So it's like 2 years totally I was living over there, and the Lord opened that door. And I was actually, I never knew that I was actually in training for the next move, because right after that, doors started to close over there. then as soon as, like 1 month, my last month over there was like what, May of 2019, right? And right after that, I just walked from Jamaica and the door to GWIF opened. And it's like, I said to myself, say, boy, but this is the way it works. If you're walking in the will of the Lord, where God guides, He provides. If Him give the vision, if Him put in the answer, this is the vision that you need to follow, then I tell you, along the way, there's always provisions. You know, so you don't have to worry about the tomorrow. Seeing if the bird and the flower, and not have to worry about how am I going to be taking. You can imagine if the flower and the bird, I get up every morning and say, Lord, remember me. No, come on, the Lord already put everything in place for the birds, the bees, and the flowers. So, how much more so you in more precious? You see what I say?
Yes.
So, I don't have to worry about that. But the key is to walk in a will, not permissive will, because a permissive will is what the Lord permit over your life. It's what you want to pursue.
Right.
It's like when the children of Israel say, we want a king.
Exactly.
And the king of kings, I say, but you have the king. Right,
You
so, and you want a king.
And you want a king.
You want a human king. All right, then choose a king. Don't want to. It is the permissive will. See, so the permissive will always get you in trouble and want to qualms. You see, I say, because you want to make it work for you.
Right.
But if you're walking in the perfect will of the Lord, I tell you, then provisions is already there. My life.
I am in agreement with you because this morning, my scripture that came to me was delight yourself in the Lord and He will give you the desires of your heart.
All right.
And I'm saying, look at this morning,
in the Lord, because you don't want to go over that.
Exactly.
Yeah, delight yourself in the Lord. But one of the prerequisites of delighting yourself in the Lord is that what? Man, I deny myself.
Exactly, and do His will. So when you decided, yes, okay, I am not an artist.
Yeah.
I am a worshiper.
I had to deny.
Right.
I had to deny what I wanted. You know, my own dream, my own vision, and what I wanted to pursue for the Lord.
That's right.
You get it? Rather than the Lord saying, this is where you should walk. Rather than me submitting and say, Lord, me the one to do. And I believe that this is how we should get up every morning. Like, Lord, what is your will today for me? You
That's
know?
right.
What would you have me do? Because if His mercies on you every morning, then what? Him can give a different task today. You know what I mean? If His mercy renew every morning, you get what I say? Then a different task must be able, you must can accomplish something for the Lord today. So it is His will and not my will. He said, Thy will. That's why Jesus prayed in there. Thy will be done. Thy kingdom come. So if you are moving at the earth, you know.
Same way, so. Same way, so. Yes, Jai, what an interesting conversation. We just streaming into the Lord and I'm enjoying it.
Yeah, I love them things here, so.
I love it too.
Yeah.
So you have performed on major platforms and you leave your audience in awe. Listen, I have seen you perform and your performance, I'm going to be honest. You see, when you actually take the mic, I just get up and say, yes, it's time for my dance now.
Yeah.
You understand?
Yeah.
And that's what you bring to every performance, even when you're performing at church and when you're performing on big stages. You just give it your all. How do you keep up with this?
It is for the Lord. And as I said, from a tender age, I knew that this is what God will help me do. Because I'm already give me the vision and the dream and say, yo, yeah, pray, but me I got answer in a dream. And him show me. It wasn't verbalized, but it was my interpretation as young as I was at the time. Because I knew I could sing and I'm on stage in a full suit of white. As far as my eyes could see, I saw people. So for me, it was a no-brainer. Like, what you have in your hand right now, use it to glorify God. But as I said, the journey, I started to pursue a career in music, you know, doing gospel music and so on and so on. But then later on, the Lord has revealed, I never really called if being an artist. And saying, more do the worship. Saying, be with the worship. And as soon as I connected to God, because connecting to His will his desire is connecting to God. What am I trying to draw out in you? You know, like David said, I am that tree that is planted by the rivers of waters, and I will bring forth fruit. Planted. See, planted, you have to be planted in his will.
Right.
You have a planted in a feed water. You have a place that I don't view life, I view myself as a tree. You know, and I have to bear fruit sooner or later, because any fruit will not be, any tree will not be a fruit, deserve to be cut down. That's what Jesus said. Yeah, good fruit. You're right. That's the right thing. Because fruit can be, but good fruit.
Exactly. So we'll bear good fruits.
So for me, the energy, every opportunity when I get the mic to step out and represent the King, you know, I can't do it no other way than for just always bring the excellence, bring the fire, you know, and allow the Lord to do what He desires in the roast, in the room. You know, that is just my approach always. It's not about me, it's about the King. And there's no emotions about it. No matter if everybody, you know, feel any way, type of way, once the Lord give me an opportunity, I will always represent Him and represent Him well to the fullest of my ability. You know what I mean? Yeah. And the ability will add to me. Yeah, as much as you do it in yourself, when you hand it over for the Lord do what He does best, then the greater that's within you comes out. And the people receive that, you know what I mean? So yeah.
That is it. I was about to ask you, your audience.
Yeah.
When you minister, what is it that you want your audience to get from your ministry?
Well, it's not so much what I want, you know. It's so much what God gave me to give to the people.
Okay.
You know, so the music itself, if you notice, most of the time when I'm on stage, I don't do a lot of talking. Because, you know, sometimes when you're in the bag of talking, sometimes it's a distraction within itself.
Right.
So if God gave me a music that speaks to, you know, journey, struggles, praise, whatever, I need to communicate what is within the music, His word, sound, and power. So when I step out, if you listen, you know, I want you to listen, I want you to hear. It's not so much what I want to break down the music and tell you at a specific time. If the Lord permits me to do so, then so on. Right. See? But it's the music. You use the music, you use the sound, plus the anointing, covering all of that, and I deliver. Yeah, and the Lord do the work.
Do the work.
You know what I mean? You don't have to do much, you know. If you allow the Lord to work within the space and time where Him want to work, you know. Just do the work.
Jai, beyond the music, you have pursued entrepreneurial ventures. Mm-hmm. For example, the Pentecost and Plugged In.
Yeah.
What is the vision behind these events?
Well, I always wanted other platforms to share. You know, and the Pentecost was an event that I did way back in the day at my local church in Capbrimpen.
Okay.
And, you know, so we invited, you know, a couple gospel artists to come and share in a New Year's Eve, New Year's kind of encounter. And that was a wonderful, so that was always my vision, also to incorporate different platforms to reach the people and to evangelize in a way, shape, or form. And so even the other day in 2023, when we held Praise-topia.
Look here, talk to me.
Yeah, and it's a talk of the town, still
right.
Where people still love Praise-topia. The other day somebody messaged me on Instagram asking me, is Praise-topia on for this year? And I said, no, but definitely we'll try to do it next year. And think, even on TikTok, people still reaching out to me, yo, we're going for Praise-topia. Because it was such a wonderful encounter for the persons that came, and so many persons came out. I mean, I tell you, boy, it's something we really love to see. You know, for do something like that, and for see people come out and they're being impacted, you know, through God and what God is doing in and through each and every person that touches stage and minister and so on and so on. Them things that that's eye-watering for me. You know, that is a great fulfilling feeling when for see people come out and enjoy themselves. So I was always about, you know, creating that kind of platform, avenue, venture into, you know, stuff like that for people to come and enjoy themselves in the kingdom, you know. Yeah.
Wonderful.
Yeah,
so that's how it fits into your ministry, for persons to come out to have clean fun.
Yeah. Family fun.
Family fun.
And God not the mid-side, you know what I mean? Yeah, I so love for it, but to God be the glory, man.
To God be the glory. Listen, my song
Yeah.
of choice from you is The Man in the Middle
Yeah.
Save Me. How did that song came about? Because that's my favorite song from you, I must tell you.
Yeah.
Right? So when you start to sing that song, I when I hear it,
Yeah.
listen, it's a different level of thing.
Yeah. Well, that song came about, I don't remember which year it was, but we were at a street meeting in Flats. That is when you go like come on and go down the hill and go across the water and things. So the church was having a street meeting and tent meeting. And so when I finished leading praise and worship, I was just standing a little bit outside of the tent having a look at reason somebody. But me, I reason the person, but you know, this is how songs come to me sometimes. I could be driving, I could be, you know what I mean? But then I'm asleep sometime and a song wake me up, you know. See, let me tell you, even after the song will wake me up when I'm asleep, I can remember vividly I was sleeping and I just hear the song that's on the Catalyst album called Jehovah We're Calling. And I hear the song played in my sleep and I just get up and I just go straight into the bathroom and start. And just call my virgin John in the same time, about 4 o'clock in the morning, call him and say, yo, I have a song. You know, and probably think it's the most crazy, but I mean, you know, but couldn't sleep the song. So songs come to me at different point in time. And so for the course of my years in the music, that's why you don't hear so much song from me, because I'm not the person that will sit in the studio and for you to give me a rhythm and to jump on it and really. I just wait for the Lord for give me that season there when, you know, the writing season, I'm just tap in. So
Right.
Save Me came about a time when, you know, that season of chipping. And I hear, while I was having that conversation, I hear the song playing at me. I say, yo, them a talk to me, I was like, I can't even hear them. I say, because I know so from me hear something, I tingle in my ear, so I grab my attention and I say, yeah, the one in the middle say, them a talk, you know, Jesus and the middle say, them a talk, see me, 2 sinners by your side. I say, hold on. Take myself away, grab my little, come have a look, you know, the recorder.
Right.
I'm telling them,
Yes.
I grab it and thing, I'm start sing it and thing. And before I left the meeting, forgot me, yeah, the song was written. Believe it or not, it was the fastest song that was ever written in my years of writing a song or penning any song. So, I never normally saw me write songs. I tell them, I just put on what I hear. So the inspiration come from the Lord, and I just write down and put melodies, and then the minute I hear the song, you know, the Lord direct me how to produce it, how to make it happen. Because once you have a sound, you have to know how are you going to bring it to the people so it can be accepted, or the people can grab a hold of it and think.
Right.
And part of the reason for that was that during my time of intercession, praying and seeking the Lord, one of the things the Lord showed me, say, yo, son, you have to be intentional. When you have a dream, when the Lord give you a dream and a vision, you can't just pray about it and say, you know, when it happened, it for happen, or how it for happen, it for happen. No, you have to be intentional. You have to be deliberate about the way you're going about it. You see? So when the song came, I just say, yo, may I wait on how to produce this thing. Whenever just jump and run, go any kind of producer for produce it. Because when the Lord give you something, you have to be a steward over this thing, a good steward over this thing. You can't just hand it to anybody and think as the vision will be derailed if a man see the way you are see things and I hear it the way I hear it.
Right.
So I have to wait a little bit. There was a season of waiting until one day I did a rehearsal and the drummer dance I play. And him play a rhythm, rehearsal finishing it, but him start play a rhythm. I say, yo, it's like it starts sitting on my brain and I say, yo, you know, some light rhythm there. So we set up a rehearsal for the song itself and started rehearse the song and thing, and that song birthed right from there. You know, and if you notice from Save Me, the song will come after like a Petra sound and so on and so on and so on. You see that sound will start to come more alive because that was the birth of a new song. It kind of sound then the revival thing, but it not really go deep in it. It have a little bridge on it. It balance. You know what I mean? So person overseas can say, yo, we like this. You know, it not sound too much like the Dead Yard. You know what I mean? But it give you the feel like, say, want to rock
You
right
want
this
to
up.
move with it,
Yeah,
yeah.
but it not gone way down deep tonight. So we bridge the gap, you know, and so that sound now started to, you know, birth newness in the gospel. It's me I say enough people now really see that way, but I wrote a truth. I say, you know, that's what the Lord would have me. I'm just easy, you know, I mean, I just do the thing I'm the Lord ever me still, you know what I mean? Yeah.
Yes, sir. Jai, you have a testimony. And I'm hoping that you will share.
Yeah.
You got nominated
Oh yeah.
for
Yeah,
6.
6.
And you
Walked
received
away 4. Yeah. That in itself is God just putting his stamp of approval, you know, on the many years we're talking about. All we are talking about is over 2 decades, you know, and me still as a young man, you know.
I'm just going to tell you, so nobody
Yeah.
talk about 2 decades and thing, you know, because look at your face, young and fresh, and you come and talk about 2 decades. Look here. Sure.
See, over 2 decades in a gospel music, you know, and for years I felt as if, you know, you do the work, you do so much and thing, and you still there in one corner. You know, people still see you, you know, yeah, man, you know what I mean? So for me, this was God saying, you know, to the doubters and the naysayers and those who want to put it down and say, yo, I want the money, you know what I mean?
Yes.
You know them thing there.
Can we talk?
A young man was on an interview one time and he was saying, when you look at certain artists, you know, you ever say, you know, he want to be one of them artists. So when people look on them artists or minister, him say, boy, them want the thing different, man. And so this was God saying to, I'm gonna mute that thing different, man. I was saying to somebody in an early conversation, say, I don't work hard, you know, I work smart because I don't have 10 albums, I don't have 5. I didn't even have 5 albums, I didn't even have 3 albums, I had 2 albums. My second album was released in 2023. Just think about that. Over 2 decades and it's 2 albums alone here. Yeah, because just releasing songs and just going with the thing, that don't really make sense to me. You know, I want to be a sound that is impactful in the earth. When I'm hear my song, it is supposed to last after, like when Bob Marley say, I got tired to see my face. So when God said to me, say, you have to be intentional, you have to be deliberate about your dream, about what you are going to pursue in life. You have to write down the vision, you have to make it plain, and you have to write down the steps you need to take to make this thing a reality.
Right, to prepare.
Yeah, so for me, just doing things out of feelings and I feel at this time, the song came out of feelings, so I go just run with it. No, you know, I want a song or any song when me get, it have to come from a place, a deep place. So when I'm ministering it, when I'm trying to communicate it, it is coming from some place other than where me I come from. You know, God me I do this for. See, so me can say, God give me all of them songs, double for your trouble, send you that first. It's me I say, save me. You know what I mean? It's me I say, no, and keep on.
Listen, I can't even sing, you know, but me I tell you, Jai, trust me, God never give me that talent. You understand?
Well, some people say make a joyful noise.
Yes, look here, a joyful noise, me really make.
All right. See, so for me, you know, this is how the Lord will have me at this stage point in my life, you know, where in 2024, a Sterling Awards, after so many years, this is the 8th staging of the award show.
Right.
And within the 8th stage, which 8 is like the new beginning.
New beginning.
See, because the number that represents newness and think 7 is the number of completion. No, so,
right.
And so 8 now is a new beginning. So for me, I see it as, it's like God is saying, you know, done yet in a yacht. See?
Just a start. Just a start.
Yeah, just a start in a yacht. See, because I'm awarding you, son, on the 8th staging of the Sterling Awards. Remember, you know, I probably will one time ever get nominated during the whole 8 years with that song. Even St. Judah First. St. Judah First was my first introduction as a nominee within the Sterling Award space. And
right.
Years after, see, that was probably about way before COVID time. See, so right after that, then in 2024, you have 6 nominations. See it? And one song, I might try to show you, say, No Hanky Panky. No Hanky Panky created such a buzz and it created such an impact. You know, I mean, online, YouTube, TikTok, you know, the people might use the sound and thing. Even because of No Hanky Panky, then people start listening to Save Me. And so Save Me now start to get built up a nice thing on the TikTok there, where people are using you know?
Yes.
You know, and them I do them look at thing, you know, TikTok do look at something there.
Right.
And so it went on for viral for some time, you know. And so even nowadays, I see people still are tagging me with, you know, using the sound and so on and so on. And so, for say that the Lord, after so many years within the gospel space and arena, walking into a room where, remember, no, a lot of the artists where, you know, I've been in the same category in, a lot of them I do very well, you know. You have a Kevin Donzel, you have a John Mark, you have a Prince Taj. Prince Taj and John Mark is like the newness, the youthfulness coming out now. So a lot of young people, you know, I move towards, you know, the sound and the lifestyle, you know, what am I push, you know what I mean? And then you have a Kevin Donzel, you know, out there, well established and things.
Right.
So for me, you know, in the space is like, you know what I mean? Pretty much a catch up. I say it's like you put little ketchup upon the fries. The fries don't have bill already and cut up, and you just with the little fries, you know, ketchup you don't need much, you know.
Yes.
Dip and go move and things. So for me, walking into the Sterling Awards, I'm like, okay, you know what I mean? I never really expect anything. I never expect to win.
So you weren't expecting, sir?
No. I wasn't expecting to win, if I need to be honest with myself. You know what I mean? Because take into consideration that, you know, when you look on certain numbers and so on. See, you ever just know, sir, you're in the space I'm going to enjoy the time. And it's a good feeling to be nominated 6 times, you know what I mean? Right. So I'm just go there, say, boy, I'm going to go chill, you know? And then to sit there, my wife by my side, your son, from my left hand, and we're there, we're easy. And one time, I think them say, them are going to announce the first category, which was the video of the year. And I said, boy, my video never win video of the year. So I said, oh yeah, but now we not no matter. Yeah, I mean, come here, I said to myself, okay, the video of the year. I think my video, you know, it have a vibe.
Right.
You know? And so on. So, but I'm sad, and I'm not have that window. So I sit down there, you know, easy, I think, anxious, you're nervous, you don't know, you know, in between all kind of feelings and emotions. And so I was settled with the fact that if I win nothing, you know, it's a good feeling, seeing me to be here, and so on and so on. So when the second category come now, and it was Collab of the Year. And we in here, the man, like whoever was reading the scroll or whatever, or a script, me them attack, and I say, I wonder if I mean the man them really attack. Because the way the thing structured word-wise, you know?
Yeah.
I say, I wonder if I mean. But then, you know, they look at that and their mind said, I argue, you don't know about it.
Easy yourself.
Easy yourself. So then my wife, and, you know, my wife said, give me a food and think. And I said, yeah, I'm getting a food and think. And the man himself. I know, say, who said by the Collab of the Year, about 6 persons or whatnot. Lady San and some other persons. Well, Kevin Donzel, they went to with a bone tequila. With the tune, they see that thing. So I say, yeah, well, tough category, you know what I mean? So I did it. I mean, the man said, and the weed away. No one keep on kids. I said, what? If you want to sit down there and cheer them, I wonder if my name man really call it. I said, no, keep on tell my wife, I said, yeah. So I say, wow, sit down there for about a good minute and get up. And shake a couple of hands before I reach up there and think, I say it was so surreal, man. Like walking in a dream, it's like you just walk, it's like out of reality into a dream. And, you know, they remember what I said, but that's just a couple words, scribble up some words, and, you know, but then, I don't remember what I said. But then after that, you go back to my seat, and there, and them announced the next category, which was 2 categories in one, which was the local hit producer of the year and the local hit of the year. And thing, you know, still, Master Wiley's walk with one and thing, and for hear my name called again. I said, what is this is unbelievable. See it? went up there, called my wife and thing, went up there with even my bridging of my part, good engineer, Lamar Thompson, big up yourself, you to Sebastian, Christ Driven Records. Such a wonderful youth engineering wise, Sebastian, good producer to one thing. And so we went up there, and right after that, go do a whole lot of interviews within the space and thing. And then them say, come back again. If you announce another award. And the last award was the male artist for the year. And I couldn't believe it. I couldn't believe it, say, the man them announced me as the male artist for the year. Even though within my note, myself, boy, yeah, we put in a lot of work still. And so on and so on. But not me alone, I put in work. Every man I put in work. You know what I mean? So to be awarded male artist of the year, that is no small feat, man.
No small feat at all.
Yeah, that is no small feat. Yes, man, I say, that is God. I tell you, that a God.
God.
That is God. When you look on that story, a God within himself. Because remember, I tell you, banana testimony for say, I once was a killer. I'm banana testimony say, boy, I'm a thief. See, there's a deep drop. Because
Right,
Christian people
yes.
love when you tell them kind of story, and it mesmerizes them and thing, and you think you shot from yourself. Go, wait, I once was a drug dealer and the Lord saved me and think, but I know bag of dramatic thing like that. It's meant to capture the imagination and and thing. So is God within himself as a young man.
Right.
Me committed myself to the Lord, being faithful, never righteous all the time, because my righteousness is like filthy rags, see? So, but for all them years, I've always been loyal with my gift. I've always been loyal with my approach to the music. I never tainted in no way, shape, or form.
Right.
When things ever they are going, enough man producer come to me, secular producer, say, yo, the other voice, yeah. Come voice pan already, me really go on the bag of think, you know, say you think can go on. Me spend money. So I say get a thing on certain levels and think. Nah, bro, I mean, I stick with the Lord. That was very hard to do, you know.
I can imagine.
But I have to honor the Lord in a way him give me. I have to honor the Lord the way him show me. I have to honor the Lord. I have to remember him benefits. I have to remember when him say certain things. I have to remember when him bring me through some things and kept me in some things. And you get me, I say? So
Right.
I had to remain committed as a young man
Right.
in the things of the Lord. And I always remember the fact that when I asked the Lord, say, yo, what you got me do? And the Lord gave me the vision. I know, say, I never man. And this is my story as a young Christian youth. It wasn't really in a manner influence and this and that. Because I never grew in a father. See, I grew around my little uncle and thing.
Right.
My auntie husband and thing. Them two man, there was pretty much the two man in my life as a youngster. See, so I never really have no father. I never know my father till I'm 27.
Oh.
Yeah, man. I meet my brother when I was 25. My story is, yeah, growing up in Augustown, you know what I mean?
Yes,
My mother, she got pregnant at the age of 15 years old. I'm back in them day there. When young girl get pregnant, way back in them time there, in the 80s, I tell you, in a normal, you know, it's when I said the whole community look on, yeah, as a little,
Scrutinize.
yeah, scrutinize and, you know what I mean, go out about a thing and things. So my mother had me when she was 16 years old, and I never knew my father until I was 27 years old when I first traveled to the U.S. You know what I mean? I made have to travel from Brooklyn, go straight to Philadelphia for meet him and thing for the first time.
How was that
On
for
the
you?
roadside.
How was that for you?
Yeah. Well, why that was something, you know what I mean? You know, for so many years. You know, you look on somebody for the first time after 27 years. And your life passed during them time then, and you never hear them voice.
Never.
Yeah. And for see him know, you know what I mean? It's like how it's structured, it's like God did done structure that way. Because probably if my father didn't have my life and him influence and thing, probably me daddy up on the roadside too. Know what I mean?
So was he living on the roadside,
No,
or
no, but
that's where he wanted you to meet him?
Yeah. So I'm trying to show you.
Okay.
See it? Yeah, yeah. See it? So probably he would have an influence in my life in such a way
Right.
that probably me have to meet you up on the roadside too. You get me, I say?
Understand.
So God not do nothing by mistake. So cause sometimes as a youngster, me I complain, you know, out of lack of knowledge more time. I say, why me never grow with my father? Why my father never this? Why this? I complain and go on, you know what I mean? But God orchestrated a way for no say, yo, you don't need him at this stage in your life. See it?
Right.
It kind of hard for comprehend it that way there. But I saw me pray.
So do you have a relationship with him now?
Yeah, 1 and 2 times we talk still, you know. Yeah, it's like theme kind of personality and my personality is somewhat the same. You know what I mean? Like when I run it down, when I run thing.
So you say you would run him down and him not run you down?
Yeah, yeah. So I say, I know you, bang, 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 you know what I mean? We talk and thing and think. It has a lot to be the way I grew up, you know. I never grew up as really as an emotional type of youth.
Right.
You know what I mean? So we can quickly compartmentalize and do what we need to do at this point in time to move on to the next. Yeah, because if you grow with your emotions, you will learn to stay in the same place.
Understand.
Yeah, if some things captivate your emotions, whether especially in a negative way, you can remain in that space for years and you don't even know it.
So you get so wise and know
God
these
himself,
things.
man. 12 years old. I tell you, Jesus became my own motivator, my own everything. Jesus became everything to me. And at 12 years old, the mind that I have and type of wisdom of me walking, that God himself give me them thing there. See it? And I was able to navigate my, for sure you. I'll show you a whole catalyst. And from catalyst to me doing my own. See it? I was in catalyst under contract for 5 years. But prior to that, I had signed a contract with Marjan Music, which was a drummer. See? And so, said 2.5 years, 3 years going into the contract with Catalyst. You know, I started to learn the business a little bit more because I watch and learn, you know. Any space I go in, I have to watch and learn. I have to open my ears, I have to open, I have to learn.
Right.
I have to be a little sponge of everything. See? And so, I was learning. And what I observed was that, I take it, you're being taken for granted here in the youth. You have to wise up. God the Lord say, you have to be a good steward over this thing. See? So I have to learn and do that thing. All of a sudden, I just come and say, so I'm not going to write no more tunes still. But if I don't write tune and thing, I will sing it. But me not going to write no more tune. I just feel like the credits now share right. Man, I say them write song, one and them write song and thing. So I never like them something there. See? Plus, I couldn't get over the thought of back in the time when I rent one little room and a $6,000 a month and I couldn't pay it comfortable. I couldn't get over that thought there. Because I said to myself, suppose I get married and thing. How am I going to find a woman? How should I come into the space and be comfortable now? Knowing say, I can't even put a roof over my head. Come on. So as a youngster, I have to wise up myself and say, I'm not like that thing, you know. I'm in a business, what kind of dream and vision? You are going to support. If you are going to support it and it will cut your throat at the same time, get rid of it, come on, man, get out of that. So I started to grow uncomfortable in the space. And so, the Lord, I'm sure the Lord, you hear the scripture said the heart of a king is in the hand of the Lord, and he will turn it any way he want to. And so the Lord did it. After 2 to 3 years, saying, man, them call a meeting, management and thing, and then just like that, them give an envelope with a letter in it and say, we're releasing everybody from the first contract. Then who could that be but God? Because man don't want to let you have a contract so easy.
That's true.
I'm gonna milk the contract and say, I'm gonna milk the youth, and try to figure out how we can put 5 more years on it without him knowing. See, but the Lord will have it, say, and you release letter and say, we're releasing it from this, see, bam. And so everybody would have the option the next week to sign a new contract for 5 years. See, I was the only one out of everybody declined for sign a contract, put my name and say, I sign 5 more years because I never say myself 5 more years down the road.
So that's where you started your own label?
Yeah. Right after that, about 6 months in, you know, the Lord opened a door for me in Montego Bay, and I used to go down there every Thursday, come up back Sunday evening or Monday evening after church and thing, you know. So I was down there. That is where it all started, working with praise team, getting them prepared, training them, so on and so on and so on. And then, yeah, God does the same thing, you know what I mean?
So God work. So looking ahead now, Jai, what can fans expect from you and the collaborations that will be coming from your ministry?
Yeah. Well, what to look forward to is more music. You know, I don't even know what to look forward to at this point. But just I leave it to God, and for God does do, you know, what He does best. I'll always be, you know, doing it for the Lord. So
Right.
expect God to always be inspiring me to inspire the folks too as well. So I don't know, it all na God and man, you know what I mean? But the plans I have is it all remains like, you know, Prestopia and so on and so on and so on. So just, if you follow the page, you will see great things happening, you know.
But you can't live without sing the man.
Yeah.
Sing. Yes, so you have to sing. You have to sing.
Yeah. All right.
Okay, sir.
What is it? Which way you on? Verse and chorus?
Look here, just give me something. Come here, I got dance though. So just give me something.
The one in the middle, save me. What you say, Jesus in the middle, save me.
Yes, sir.
Oh yeah, yeah. Two sinners by his side, I was the one on the right. Jesus in the middle, save me. My God, remember me when you're going to that place. Remember me when you walk in paradise. Jesus set me free from sin and set me free, Lord. The one in the middle, He was in the middle. Jesus in the middle, save me. My God, the one in the middle, save me. What you say, Jesus in the middle, save me. Hey. Oh yeah, yeah. Two sinners by his side, I was the one
on the right.
That's right. Jesus in the middle, save me. Real talk, you don't know the thing, go.
Same way, sir. Not anky panky.
Yeah.
Guys, listen. Only some bias, but I don't really care. Where's the praise of worship, Jai?
We know, GWIF, Greater Works International Fellowship. You don't know, big up the general himself and the wife. You don't know the thing. Big up on yourself. You know, it's Jai Kingston representing always, anyway, all day. Big up Apostle. Sam. Big up your nice, clean wife. You don't know beside your side. Say it. Mommy. Big up yourself. Auntie Darity, Pastor Darity. Bless up.
Thank you, Jai. Look here, tell us where we can find you too.
All over social media, you know, it's Jai Kingston. Yeah. And I had to add Kingston to my name, as I say,
Right.
about the Indian thing and the thing with the Jai alone. So we had to add Kingston to it for the search to be kind of simple and, you know what I mean, straightforward for the people. So just Google Jai Kingston, and I mean that everywhere.
Everywhere.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for sharing your story.
Thank you for having me, man. It's a
Listen,
pleasure, man.
your story is so inspiring.
Wow.
And I'm taking some of your wisdom. You hear that?
Yeah.
The dream. Be a steward over the dream.
Be intentional.
Be intentional.
Be deliberate.
And be deliberate.
Yeah.
Yes,
and
sir.
the will of the Lord. You have to stay in the will.
Exactly.
His perfect will, you know.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Amen.
Jai Kingston's musical journey is not only a testament to his talent, but to his unwavering faith and dedication to spreading the gospel through song. Thank you for joining us today, Jai, and we wish you a continued success in your ministry and career. Remember to like, share, and subscribe. Follow us at Real Talk Jamaica on all platforms, and also follow Instinct Media. Their contact information is below. And with that, I am Quanna Harris signing out. And remember, continue to keep it real. Hey there, like what you see? Want to keep watching? Click here for more videos.